and money for gas, because they're like, oh yeah, they just don't have any gas in this, wallet or whatever.
No, no, no. Those are the doodles, bro. I don't trust them. But
Real finesse is so smooth. But yeah, no, I wanted to sort of like learn a lot more about, but I mean, like the deeper you go in this shit, the more sort of complex, and you kind of realize that a lot of these scammers are pretty fucking sophisticated, and especially with the bots and shit that people create, front run bots and flash bots and fucking all this shit. It's just like, man, little out of my depth, so I'm not even gonna even fucking try.
Dude, have you guys talked to any of your groups about like in Vegas? Like, you guys all have plans and shit in Vegas, and especially like safety plans and like making sure the community's sticking together and not getting social engineered or finessed. Because Vegas, there's some finessers out there, bro. You guys have like rented out Hakkasan and stuff, but like I've had friends get finessed in Vegas all the
Oh,
time.
dude, it's fucking like they're pros out there, bro. Like pro. I mean, it doesn't get any more fucking pro league than fucking Vegas, man. And yeah, no, I think that there is quite a bit of uh, like community sort of scheduling, so people will be able to kick it together. But I don't know that there's been a ton of um, education around, like, she's not into you, bro. Like, she's out of your league. She's a fucking pro. Like, don't even go there.
Well, dude, you get a bunch of NFT bros with some big bags going to Vegas. Nothing screams Target and a big group of crypto NFT bros, bro.
Yeah, and it's like obviously, highly publicized, and these assets are, motherfuckers gonna be wearing their ledges around their necks and shit with it.
I'm actually headed out to Vegas just to finesse Suzuki holders. Like, I'll be there. I'm just kidding. I'm headed out there. Yeah. Oh shit. Who we just got come up? What's up, Press?
I just want to say, anywhere you go, you're going to get scammed. It doesn't matter the game. Roblox, you get scammed. I mean, everywhere you go, you just have to have like a sixth sense about that shit of scamming.
Yo, so I love what you did with the Queen of CloneX. How you added kind of the red eye paint. Like, that's
Oh,
dope.
that's iPhone art.
What is it?
iPhone art. Like, I did it off my iPhone. I could have
Oh,
asked
that's
my
cool.
daughter. She does digital art. She's 10 years old, know how to do real good digital art. So I could have asked my daughter to go in great detail, but I was just like, just forget it.
Well, it makes it unique, So I gotta follow you back. It makes it unique, which is cool. It makes it unique to you. I can do a edit. Like, we have these see these jackets that like I've got on, my clone's got on, Baron's got it on, Anya. I can do an edit like that too for you if you want.
Oh,
The
that's
jacket if you don't like the clothes.
yeah, that's cool. But it's like a screenshot. I don't know. I mean, you gonna do?
No, I mean I would have to find the whole clone number, the Queen of CloneX number, and then I could do it in Photoshop. And then actually I could probably add the red eye right back in Photoshop. I'll do it after this call. Just shoot me a message. We'll get you set up with whatever. We'll get you set up with a bad take jacket.
Okay, gotcha. But I was just saying, anywhere you go, you're gonna get scammed. So just don't be scared. Don't be scared. And actually, it's just a takeaway of the game. Don't be scared of trying to live virtual reality.
man, I bought a mango for $2. I walked down the lane. There's another lady selling it for $1. Bro, this lady scammed me, bro.
Yeah.
God damn. You get scammed everywhere. She's right. She's right.
What's up, Sushi?
What's up? What's up? Yeah, fuck scammers and don't click links, y'all. I just want to share, it's not a scammy story, but last night I had dinner with my brother-in-law and my family basically, and I met my brother-in-law. Huge LeBron fan, old sneakerhead, 40-year-old some. And then he saw me rocking my Air Force Ambush shoes. He's like giving me compliments and stuff, and I was like, yeah, whatever. And like, yeah, but you got to check this out, dude. And then I showed him the LeBron photo, and he was like, my king, and he was like literally like hyped, like, and like my uncles were, what is he, what are you guys talking about? And and he was totally FOMOing on the Air Force One. So long story short, he's like, send me the link, send me the what is this? What's Artifact? And then I also shared the one where Zaptio gave the CloneX to to LeBron, and he was like, and now he's FOMOing on CloneX as well. But yeah, long story short, he's gonna buy an Air Force One. I don't want to name it to you. I don't want y'all to, change the floor price, but he's gonna buy an Air Force One this morning, and yeah, it's gonna be his first NFT. So yeah, I'm gonna welcome him to the group as well later on when he gets a.
That'll be dope, dude. See, it's nice. It's nice that he's got someone like you to help onboard and teach, right? Because there are scammers out here, fake collections, all this shit. So shout out to you. It's always cool to get someone their first NFT. My girl's first NFT was a clone, like 15 ETH, bro. So
Holy
yeah,
crap, dude! Wow.
she's doing good. Nah, she ended up buying. She ended up moving, or she ended up getting her
Beyonce
Animus
comp,
Aid.
come on, bro.
Beyonce,
So
yo,
much trouble, bro.
Yo, where's Jack? Jack's down there like Beyonce, man, Beyonce.
I was
No,
gonna
but
say
yo,
my first NFT
yeah.
was an Azuki. Actually, that's how I followed Ilan since way back when. But yeah,
If any of you guys tell her that I keep slipping up, and instant fan. No, I'm just playing.
But they were saying in another space that most of they see those shoes everywhere, but those are sample shoes.
Yeah, they're the seeded pairs that are you're actually seeing out there right now, which is
So
the
I was
samples.
wondering, does LeBron have the sample shoes?
Yeah, he was given probably a few pairs of the samples because that he would wear them outside the tunnel, right? And look what he did. He rocked them. They actually aren't even out yet to the general public. Right now, we're still claiming the physical versions. Up until Wednesday, you can claim the physical shoes. You have to buy the NFT on OpenSea, though. Forge. Yeah, I know. We're just onboarding her today. She just joined a space earlier today.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. We got to use. Don't mind me. I'm just keeping Compound in order. Sorry, I'm here to coach. I'm his coach. His space's host coach.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah. So if you want a pair,
he's a
I thought you
trainer.
were changing. I'm working on it. I thought you were changing your name to Kilo. Kilo.
No, I want to change it, but half of y'all gonna sell y'all sneakers. I ain't worried about that.
I know, but we're not trying to.
Not me.
Yo, I'm trying to sell it maybe like 5 times the price, maybe like 25K if you down with that.
See?
Yeah, that's
Or
what I'm saying,
2.5.
Kilo.
I forgot
what kind of sneaker?
but 25K sounds good too.
See, if you're gonna float like 100, like 6 figures on shoes, you better have a better margin than what's gonna go on here. You know what I'm saying? Just these are to wear.
2K instantly.
Wear.
These
Maybe
could
give to some of your
probably
friends.
do a little bit better.
I don't know. Just oh man, it's gonna be fun when your friends come over and they're like willing to pay you whatever it takes to get the shoes off you. That's what's gonna happen.
See, but you're a sneakerhead. That person might not be a sneakerhead.
Yeah.
So I heard about the Dior's Nike collab. Yo, those went to the moon. So if those could, like, if the Murakamis could do something like that, yes. The beard has came.
Yeah, the Murakami is probably a $1,500 shoe once people see it. At a minimum.
Bro, can you put a number on that? Like, I'm trying to get it to 30.
Probably 2K.
Like, don't put a number.
There's not
We
a
we
lot of
decide
Air
the number
Force
when it comes
Ones.
out. Don't put a
There's
number.
not a lot of like Air Force Ones that are up there like that. You know what I mean?
Like, we might just put a 50K price tag to it, and some dumb bitch will buy it. You know.
Ew, easy.
Whoa,
Yo,
I
whoa,
feel like the
whoa, whoa.
dad would be like the high price ones because LeBron wore them. You gotta have somebody famous to wear the
Yo,
others. You get what I'm
yo,
saying?
I heard Travis Scott is gonna be seated some of the Genesis. So yeah,
So those might go big because Travis Scott's shit.
dude,
Yo,
it was so funny. Like it's the same shoe the day before LeBron wore it, Batty, and then this man wears it, and the shoe is all of a sudden twice the price.
Exactly, and I was so pissed off. It was like 500. Oh my!
yo,
It was.
Kilo.
It's the same shoe though, comp. Like, is this that hype stuff that
Yeah,
that man Dre always talks about?
yeah. He has the formula hype awareness. And
I was
whatever.
really about to pull
FOMO.
2 more, and then
FOMO.
LeBron got to do that. I'm sad.
Yo,
But
Kilo, if you do,
those shoes are nice. Like they're darker than black.
yo,
that's
they're
Even
right.
made
when the
with.
light hits it, it gets darker.
You know what they're
The
made of,
shoes
right?
are nice. What?
They're made of Vanta black. It's called blackout black. You know
Is
that
it
that
really Vanta Black though?
Yes,
Like,
it's
it's
Vanta
that's
Black
nice.
is like expensive. That's like
Yeah,
expensive material right there.
it's the artifact.
Vanta.
It's
Then they got the
Is it? Is
ostrich
it like
leather.
really Vanta Black, or are they just calling it Vanta Black?
well, Vanta black is trademarked, so they had to call it blackout black. It's the
It's
same
Vanta.
thing though.
It's that same. It's the same material. I mean,
You're not gonna sell those. Those are nice. My daughter wanted those.
Yo, Kilo, you know all 10 of these sneakers are still for sale on OpenSea right now, right? Up until
Yeah, I
Wednesday, you
know.
can get them.
Exactly. They're expensive as hell.
Yeah, they are, honestly. I have a.
Like you had to be prepared like 2 months ahead just to, you know, get on board. I just found out last week.
That's a.
Compound, is this your neighbor? Did you onboard your neighbor?
No, no, you guys want to hear her story? So she found us through Dot Swoosh. She got her Dot Swoosh poster. She got her Dot Swoosh ID, and then she was airdropped a poster, and she started kind of learning through Dot Swoosh. Reached out to Prez on Instagram and was kind of talking with Prez about um, Artifact, Swoosh, and he must have directed her over to Twitter, Artifact, and CloneX, and she jumped in Spaces earlier today. We thought she was a bot, bro, and she was requesting, and then Dre thought that she was a bot because her profile was private, and so I messaged her. I was like, "Hey, are you a bot? Are you real?" And she goes, "No, I'm real. I got some questions about Swoosh and CloneX," and we brought her up, and she was real. And then we told her about the Queen of CloneX, PFP. So dude, honestly, Dot Swoosh, bro, has had peaked, probably sparked the interest enough to have people come over here and start looking here as well.
But you know what? If that swoosh have told people about the forging of those lights, those were probably been all sold out.
You know,
A
they were
lot.
retweeting it and everything. They were kind of supporting the retweets and kind of like quote tweeting as well. So they were helping, and
it's
it was
it's the
cool.
it's the barrier of like crypto. When people like they get to that point and they're like, oh no,
Yeah, that was me. Like, I gotta go crypto. Okay.
yeah, exactly, and they're
I
expensive.
need I need a FUD campaign right before the forge finish, so that way, like, right after, that's when we pump it. Just like, just so people that want to forge can get it cheaper. So let's get a FUD campaign going for sure.
Yo, I'm stoked the kilos here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude, that's what we've
Awesome.
been talking about. These like, and
I'm glad
about
you
Dot
guys
Swoosh.
vetted her too, because I never would have. I would have been like, who this? But we got to get her some follows. I'm about to follow her.
I told her that her profile picture was like running around your dad's house, like, you know, something something, and I was like, and then she was private, and I was like, hey, like, no offense, we just have been attacked by bots a lot. It would help just start following all the clones, and use, if you want to get involved with the community, we have open Queen of CloneX profile picture, and she's
But the
listening.
clones get attacked by bots. I'm surprised y'all didn't go back after the bots.
Yeah, no, I mean, we definitely get attacked by the bots as well, 100%. They come into the spaces. Listen. They come into the spaces, and then if you get them up on stage, they have the power to pin stuff at the top. And for a while, they were coming on space and pinning up like pornography to the top. So like we couldn't, if we let them on the speaker, they were pinning up like this gross shit to the top. So we had to be careful.
That was not my. I mean, it was like poop pictures.
It was yeah, it was worse than porn, bro.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
So, but yeah, we're glad to have you, Kilo. We got some cool stuff going on. What's your daughter's favorite shoe?
My daughter, she likes the dead ones. She
Yeah.
likes black and red. She's like a gothic girl.
The
So
demons, the black and red ones.
yeah.
Yo, show her all the post forge animations. Like after they
Oh
get
yeah,
forged,
I am.
they're all
You know
animations.
what? You know what? I just didn't understand. Like, my kids play Roblox, and this would be like a perfect, get into clothing. It's like the next step. So I
Yo,
was,
that's the
Yo,
rotation though. Like, you know how like when we're growing up, they have the rotation of like the punk rock, and then you got the hip hop, and then you got a rotation into like rock band, and then you got now they're back into this emo punk rock phase again.
yeah. It's
Crazy.
like, she's like, Mom, this is my style. I'm like, okay, that's your style. Good. All right.
We're like in the late '90s
It's
again.
like this punk rock Billie Eilish kind of style. That's what they're going for nowadays with the younger kids.
The guys in
leave a
Japan were talking about it, like baggy T-shirts tucked into jeans, like that's straight '90s.
the big old baggy like bell bottom pants like Zap wears. Like it's coming back, guys. Big
Hmm.
baggy pants.
With like cargos and shit. Remember that?
Pockets all over the place. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. We're all gonna be wearing that, dude. They're like grooming us.
I don't
We're
know
all
if I'm
gonna
gonna
be
be wearing
wearing
that.
that gear.
Y'all don't be
What
jealous
is
because y'all got to wear y'all business suits.
You're right.
everybody start rocking them skinny jeans though? I don't know about like some of them is like skinny, and I was like, bro, you need to work out, do some squats. Maybe it'll look nice.
Damn, bro. So, Kilo, we talk about it here all the time because Baron's kids play Roblox as well. We talk like about the natural progression as they get older. They're gonna want something with different kind of graphics, or they're gonna understand the space, right? Trading NFTs, trading digital collectibles in general, actually, so much more than the generations before them because of like how they're being trained with Roblox.
Yeah, that's why I got my daughter into digital art. Now she's good at digital art. So she be selling that at school and making money off of that. So I just want her to get more into computers, just technology, period. Because it's actually like a open field day right now. It's not too late for me, but I'm like, she's more understanding. These kids understand computers more than us.
Yeah, it's like you hand them the phone, and I've seen they've been holding a phone or like a iPad since the early days to keep them quiet, and they know how to navigate them too. They figure it all out. So it's the perfect. That's what I'm saying is, it's not. We don't need to worry about onboarding the generations above us. Like if they're interested, they'll join. Like they'll learn. But it's the generations below us that will really take interest into
Yeah,
this
we'll
stuff.
take it off.
Yeah, I don't think I mean, I visited my grandparents recently. And grandparents like to ask what you're up to and what you're doing. And I was up in LA doing the CloneX LA event and Bad Take Live. So I told them all about it and explained it to them, and they just didn't get it, right? And my grandpa's pretty technologically savvy, and I showed him like digital collectibles and trying to teach them the concept behind tokenization, and they're starting to get it. And I think it was when I showed them the Air Force One, something tangible, physical. Like they understood that. They go, okay, I get it. It's like you have the digital collectible and you can redeem it, forge it for a physical. And at that point they go, okay, I get that, right? Which is kind of dope because like Artifact is doing stuff that, even my grandparents can understand when you kind of break it down for them. Like, yeah, this is their way of kind of redeeming really rare sneakers, and you can get the physical versions of them. They understood that, right? But they didn't understand none of the other stuff.
So
The kids
wait,
will.
okay, so let's say, all right, so the process, if I get ETH, I have to start forging. Forging, I need gas for it because I hear like a lot of people say, "Oh, gas is too high to forge."
So ETH, we just say ETH if you need ETH, like
Okay,
Ethereum.
ETH. Okay,
Yeah.
ETH.
Yeah. So if you have the digital collectible sneaker, right, one of the Air Force Ones, and you have Ethereum or ETH in your wallet, when you go to the website to forge, you'll have to pay gas, and all gas is a transaction fee. So you're going to have to pay the network to process the transaction. And the reason transaction fees are high right now is kind of have like a mini meme season happening. There's a lot of people using bots, and it's kind of driven up the gas prices. So when you hear someone say gas prices, all that is think a transaction fee is all it is.
Okay, so how much does it take for y'all to forge? What's like the highest forge you had to pay for those sneakers?
Oh, I think the
Gas
other night I paid like 50 bucks in gas.
was
It
like
was
20
crazy the other night.
for like one pair, but you do it all together, you're probably like 50, 60, like you mentioned.
So it's
Right now,
basically like taxes,
Yeah,
just a little bit.
you got to pay the network. You got to pay the network transaction fee to process your transaction. So what you're doing is you're burning an NFT, you're like getting rid of one, and you're receiving a new one, and that's why it kind of costs a little bit of gas to forge. Right now, actually, it'll probably be way cheaper than I paid the other day. I don't know what Gwei's at, like gas
yeah,
is at right now.
Gwei is at 70 right now, 72 average. So it's actually really, really good time, I think, to forge. So it's probably going to be around 30 bucks or something.
Yeah, see, that's pretty low for the last couple days. It's still like, okay, guys, even explaining this right now to someone newer to the ecosystem sounds crazy. Like imagine we're paying like $50 just in fees to do shit on this network is just crazy. I mean, it's what we're used to, but it's
Yeah,
so when I'm actually explaining it to somebody new to the ecosystem, Kilo, thank you for asking the questions. It just sounds so crazy to me,
it's right. Hey, like we
but
were
it's all
talking
right.
about it on Red Bean Radio earlier, and how like what's it going to take to push people to L2, and I was like kind of running through what Dot Swoosh was doing, um, with you know, on the Polygon network and everything. And yeah, it's like once like, those big players move in and they do sort of the proof of concept on L2, I think we'll definitely see a lot more of it. But I mean, like obviously, Artifact and these sneakers and the ETH chain is kind of your sort of Rolls Royce chain, right? Like there will obviously always be, a certain existence of these, super premium NFTs and whatnot on ETH. But yeah, no, I really want to see what Artifact's going to do as they sort of start rolling out the inventory, and we start stacking like tons and tons of um, NFTs in our inventory app, and then potentially even having that be the ability of creators to put stuff in inventory, for the ability of the inventory app to be a storefront or a marketplace. We saw a little bit of this in the beginning with the pod ecosystem, right? Like when the pods first came out, a lot of digital artists came out and started putting some really rad 3D art into the space because everyone wanted to decorate, their pods with rad shit. And most of that I think was on Polygon. Um, and so yeah, I mean, I definitely see that sort of coming back as we transition back into our pods, and people are going to want some of those cool 3D assets in there, in their pods again. Obviously, like the bridging aspect of it is a bit of a hassle and needs a solution, but um, yeah, man, it's crazy, dude. Gas. I've been waiting. It seems like every time I fall asleep, like it drops to the level that I've been eyeballing. And I'll wake up and then it's fucking 200 again. I'm like, God dang it.
Now it's the time to forge, Ilan.
Yeah,
70 grade,
I had
bro.
a
Oh,
yeah,
and
yo,
Kilo.
I had eyeballs on it earlier too, and it dropped to almost in the 50s. I was like, okay, go. And by the time I got everything ready, it was back to like 85, 90.
Yo, Kilo, I just wanted to say regarding the Forge thing, you're also getting a free tea with your Forge, so and it's also free shipping, right? If I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I think it's pretty worth it with that gas. You know what I mean? Check out the tea at the pinned.
I said I wasn't going to buy no more Air Force Ones until the Forge got closer, and now that it's here, I'm over here I'm like looking at it. I'm going to buy more Air Force Ones in the next 2 days.
Dude,
It's
it's
not what
like
I
you
was supposed
said.
to
Every
do.
time you get on spaces with motherfuckers, especially Dre, and fucking Pump.
What up, Kaz?
What up, Playboy? How you doing?
Good, man. You get your Air Forces yet?
I did
They
not.
gave you 3 extra days, bro. They heard you in space the other day saying you were fading the Air Forces, and they're like, yo, we got to get 3 extra days.
I'm not the physical collector guy. I'm more the fucking like make fucking pump waves and print 10 times that money. But I can say that this is the actual beginning of what we're talking about from a year ago to have the clones be the digital storefront and have the supply of the collectible goods being controlled by us as a storefront. Where coming to us to get it, actually it creates an extension of their brand through the clones. We're just now actually seeing the products end up in the hands where like LeBron has a shoe I have, and you want that, I'm the fucking pricing point for it. This is what we're actually waiting to have happen. Is like we're sitting here with our clones. Like, what's the point of having these clones? They airdropped a bunch of stuff. What's the value? The value is that the clones are first in line to fucking collect all the collectibles you want from all these celebrities that have them and have the meta pass to fucking be involved in events you don't know about yet. One thing I do know is that like with an artifact, the CloneX project shouldn't have actually come out in the end of 2021. They actually didn't want to release these PFPs until like about a year after they did it, but they released into the market kind of chasing what was going on with Yuga, which is why a lot of the infrastructure didn't happen in 2022. And the news flow that I anticipated for this year to bottom CloneX, I actually know was actually slated for this year. That's why a whole bunch of things weren't ready last year in 2022. They weren't actually ready to do CloneX when they released it. They just kind of kept up with the market. So now they're actually ready for their news flow. So it should pretty much be nonstop this whole year.
Yeah, dude, you're right. At the most base level too. Like, I kind of get sick of seeing people. What's the utility behind clones? And I'm like, well, dude, like I think I even put a post about this, like access, right? A token gate, like a token access.
It's about the
You're
meta key aspect. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no. So and this is the big example, right? So imagine you just even you had the Genesis Air Force Ones up on your wall in your pod, right? And it linked over to OpenSea. Like, here's the ones that LeBron were wearing right here in my pod. But it was huge because people have been asking. Like, well, I mean, a few thread writers have even said there's no reason to hold clones, and I'm like, clones got you access to all this shit. So at the base level, it has more utility than most projects. Like, you're accessing these dope drops, and there is clearly a market for it because some of these sneakers are selling for 4 or 5 ETH, bro. Like, that's crazy.
Do you know how many other projects have a motherfucker in it worth $1 billion wearing your shoe? Zero.
No,
End
yeah,
of story.
exactly.
End of story.
Yeah, dude. I mean, and I'm excited to see how that like it continues too, because I think they've heard our voice, and I've never questioned that clones had uh utility, right? I've been given so much airdrops, so much access to these different things, but they've also a lot of people have voiced their opinions that they want more value driven back to clones. So it's just kind of dope to see where we head from
If
here
you
out, right?
if you at least look at the FUD of when everyone is like, okay, Dot Swoosh and Nike are abandoning Artifact, so where Dot Swoosh and Nike come back to fully supporting fucking Artifact, like as a cooperative, obviously a planned marketing strategy between the three Twitter fronts. When the sign launches, right? That FUD of trying to get ahead of like the vision of something that's a lot more long term than anyone's giving it credibility for. Your average NFT guy wants to make a pump this week if you bought an NFT. These guys are building on something on the timetable of a Fortune 500 company like Nike. You're staring at Artifact, but this is still Nike's baby. And to create the infrastructure of what's going to control the entire digital, marketplace and the metaverse takes some work and takes some time and takes the evolution of some technologies. And we're watching the technologies for the 3D bodies like literally form in front of our faces. So they aren't planning this for like, right now. It's kind of like James Cameron. He literally waited to finish Avatar till certain technologies existed to complete the movie. That's the kind of visionary mind you're dealing with Nike trying to entrench themselves in this place for, forevermore. That isn't going to happen overnight. It's going to take years to realize like what the storefront's going to look like when we're walking around as like walking brand reps, and everyone wants the fucking merchandise that's on our feet digitally. Like I know those shoes. It's going to take a second, but this is Nike's idea, and to bet against CloneX is to bet against Nike doesn't have any idea what they're fucking doing, and that's not your best move.
No, dude, you're already seeing it too, because all the creators are making these crazy renders with the season ones, like on the feet. Like Prez just did a whole line of 10 pairs of the season ones with different clones on the feet. Like Beb put the Genesis on my clone in the VRM. Dre has the DNAs on his, VRM, and a lot of other people do. But to the point is, as people are pushing out digital content, like now digitally, we're billboards as well for these different things that are being created, and it's spreading brand awareness both physically out in the real world and digitally, bro. So it's a hell of a long-term vision, but that brand awareness and people recognizing that Blade and Nike in general taking over kind of the digital world and Web3 is what's kind of huge here. What's up, Murder?
I wanted to touch on the utility and everything because really, like, just to even like to mention like airdrops as like the key utility, which not that that's bad or anything, but it's really like, what did we get for utility? Was like, dude, after 2 weeks after CloneX came out, we had a room that we could put our NFTs into, that we could like showcase. People were creating stuff. This was like in Discord days, when before we were doing anything on Twitter. People were popping shit up in Discord, doing free mints or low price mints, whatever. And then within like a couple months, we had another one that we could throw up 100 NFTs because people like we just needed more room to do it in. And then they used that for quests and everything to like for people to solve puzzles in and things like that. But really, also like the 3D files, like rigged up, ready to go with clone tools and everything. Like that is such a great utility. We have all the clones are in Sandbox, I believe, right? That was announced. I've never looked into that other than the announcement, but all the clones are in Sandbox. All the clones are going to be on Nifty Island. Like they're building shit out in whatever Fortnite's creator mode is right now. Like I know like the space is kind of changed attention right now to the Forge, but like before the Forge was underway, like that was the biggest thing for attention. And when it comes to like what garnishes attention in space, it's where the content is created, right? Like look at what's going on right now with shitcoins, right? It's like Pepe's and everything, right? It's like why? Why is that happening, and why is Pepe the king? Because everybody, like every kid, knows what Pepe is. Because every time you look up a GIF on anything, or if because that's how we go and express things is like with emojis, and then they go to that next level and send GIFs to each other. There's a Pepe for everything, And now we have 20,000 individual cases of people being able to create content under the same brand with a full body image, not just like some 2D image that has been imagined from different waves of people. Like it's expressed generally as, you know, a brand. Like, this is what a clone looks like, this is what the bodies look like, this is what they consist of. So there's you know, a theme going on with the rest of the body other than the PFP. And it being 3D allows you to get 2D and 3D imaging of content. So it's people show it's yeah, there's a lot of people showing off their skills, and later down the line you're going to see people with less skills throwing out campy shit on the fly for meme culture and for social media culture. And that's something that, like, right now, like, we're in, you know, it's mostly, you know, a age 30 and up market, I want to say, but really, like, the people who are running like the relevance on social are a much younger crowd. And like, we have these 3D files rigged and ready to go. So when, you know, esports gets on board more, you're going to see clones into that. Like, that's the utility, is like, you're going to like, and anything that you want, you can do with your clone. That's kind of like the idea of it. I know there's, you know, IP licensing aside with like Murakami's and what is it, artifact traits and everything. Like, you can get around that, but yeah, I mean, it's really like, what can you do right now? Like, there's no project with more utility than what we have, because we have something that you can do something with right now. And people bitched about it, that you had to wait 6 months, but then like other projects came out later that they had to wait like more than 6 months to even mint. And they were like, we didn't make you wait 6 months for your 3D files. Like, yeah, you did. Like, we just waited 6 months to even mint it. And like, but like, CloneX was the first one with that.
So you're saying that all these other projects are just 2D JPEGs on the blockchain, and that's it?
No, I'm not saying that other projects are not legitimate. I mean, look at it's Pudgy
No, I'm
Penguins
just
as
kidding,
like the
bro. I'm
meme
kidding.
machine,
I'm
right? I
kidding.
think that's relevant. I like that shit. You know, there's
No.
things that I like about 2D. I like Alien Friends a lot. I think that's a great community, great project. But what, you know, what is the utility for clones versus any other project? It has more, and it's not just based on airdrops.
He's got a good point, you know, like what you
Yeah.
can do in the world of like our community and what the animators can do, showing three-dimensional fucking PFPs doing things. Like a year or two out, like the young generation, like my son's friends have a bunch of clones. Like they're 15 to like 18. We've got two, a 15-year-old and a 17-year-old in a room that have clones that just joined and, you know, just of their own. That generation has it, and their skill sets in like Blender and their natural, like, you know, affinity toward technology will let them do really mesmerizing shit a year or two out. You know, that made it really simple for people who are dumb like me to even have a chance to fuck with my like clone and rig it. But the generation behind is going to be able to show like this robust community of people doing things with three-dimensional characters that people are just going to want to be part of it. Like, what the fuck is that? And none of the 2D fucking guys are going to be able to do anything like what you see. Like, you see Vegeta fucking skateboarding down a fucking mountain. Show me one other project can even simulate that right now. And this is just the very beginnings. It's going to be really easy to make people want to be part of this and show like a world where computing horsepower and the skill sets of the people who are in the community keep on going all together, and the ease of turning these things from like, you know, assets you own into something that's doing something for your brand by having people like Bev create tools that let like less skilled people do it. There's a whole lot of things coming together, along with the fact that we have assets that are, you know, worn by very noteworthy people, and the branding power of Nike. There's a whole lot of pieces that they're bringing together here that no other project really has, if you look at it.
Can I just say I love that you call him Vegeta? It's fucking awesome.
What
Vega?
is it?
Vega.
Is it? Well,
Yeah.
I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan. Leave me alone.
I know, dude. No,
I see
no.
Vegeta.
I love it, bro. That's even better.
Vega
He just needs
Genesis.
like
It's
a
not.
Yugi
It's not.
clone.
He just should change it to Vegeta Genesis. It sounds better.
Dude, yeah, I've never seen any Dragon Ball Z, but I'm assuming that's a character in there.
Dude, the Yu-Gi-Oh's in there and all that stuff. Vegeta, what? What did you just say? Wait, stop. How the fuck do you know Yu-Gi-Oh, motherfucker? You don't know who Vegeta is? I'll fucking strangle you right through the fucking internet, bro.
I don't watch that show. I haven't watched that show since I was 5 years old. I know who he is, bro.
No, I
Yeah,
just wanted to
dude.
see how many people in
He's
the crowd would start to request up to come give me shit. I was trying to trigger some people.
he's definitely the illest. He's definitely the illest nigga in the whole DBZ fucking like cast, bro.
Compound, bruh, you told us you don't know Dragon Ball. What the hell, this guy?
Am I canceled as a
Compound.
space host now?
You're canceled from Web3 for that. What the fuck? I'm
No,
44
I
and I know what that
know,
is.
I know Yu-Gi-Oh, bro. Like I played Yu-Gi-Oh and collected those cards and
In the world of
Pokemon.
crazy hair
I
culture,
thought it was
motherfucker.
pronounced.
Crazy.
I thought it was pronounced Dragon Balls.
Dragon Balls is a
I mean,
not
some
dude.
people
Hey,
don't know Attack of Titans, and that's like one of the rare.
what? But he loves
What?
the crazy hair culture of Yu-Gi-Oh. Where do you think Yu-Gi-Oh's crazy fucking hair comes from? It comes from Goku, nigga.
Damn.
I
Hey,
look like fucking Goku.
I actually have a Yugi clone. Now I guess I have a Vegeta clone. Shout out Vegeta in the
No,
hairstyle.
no, nigga, you
Wait, so
cannot
I have a
mix Vegeta's
question.
hairstyle with Yu-Gi-Oh. Jesus Christ, that's a fucking faux pas on levels, bro.
So, do you think y'all will ever buy dot swoosh VR shoes for y'all clones? Because they're supposed to be
Oh,
rare
I
April
yeah.
think
15th.
I think that we're clones and we're famous, and they should just give them to us.
Oh.
Bro, I'm laughing right now. My neighbor is like beeping his horn, bro. I've been waiting there for like 10 minutes. I'm like, nah, you guys gonna have to ring my doorbell to fucking make me move. Nah, I'm petty, bro. Fuck you.
Yo, baddies,
Yo,
I'm gonna be buying them shits on Monday, dude. Like I'm legit buying them. Like I'm already in the queue, man.
Oh, you got the poster?
Oh yeah,
yep.
Oh, me too. Oh, how many can we buy though?
Just one, I think, per poster.
yeah, one, and then you'll be running with the rest of everyone in the
Oh,
general sale.
fuck.
But
I hope I
Well,
don't get the people who created theirs. Just give me somebody.
yo, so the poster gives you early access to get yours, and then I'm sure you can join in with the public access mint as well. All the poster is like an early access like pass to mint. So from what I know, Kilo is they are going to be releasing 3D files of these digital sneakers dot swoosh, and those digital file formats will be fine for our clones to rock them in the metaverse as well, is what I'm hoping. Unless somebody who works in 3D can tell me otherwise, I assume that they'll be able to be rigged for the clones.
oh
So
yeah,
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 we're gonna rock those digital
for
sneakers.
sure. We will be rocking them. And just to, like you guys are talking about the education front, man, Dre is putting on a fucking clinic in this BAYC spaces right now. He's got everybody fucking chomping at the bit. It's so good.
I know. I looked over there and it's Dre and like 10 apes on stage. And I'm like, I'm over here, like we're doing this and we're all hanging. But I'm like, there's no better person to be on stage talking artifact sneakers than Dre. So he's probably handling it
Dude,
perfectly.
they're eating out of the palm of his hand. It's so funny. I've been listening in a little bit, and it's pretty good.
We got more people over here than they got over there. Tell them to come here, bro. We'll talk sneakers. We'll get the apes here. Um, that's what I'm saying. We're working on it, dude. We've onboarded a few apes now. We got bag holder buying sneakers, Kanto. We've got who else? We're gonna get Demi to change his PFP like Cram did. We're working on Demi here soon. We're getting All C, he's gonna be rocking his clone soon. We're just pushing FOMO, dude. That's what we're trying to push.
Yeah, and I mean, fucking Braun, dude. Like that's a come to Jesus moment for the entire space, let alone like the fucking world, right? Like, we've all talked about it, right? Like how many people slide into the DMs after that shit happened and be like, "Hey, man, what's the TLDR on the shoes? Like, when, what?" And yeah, man, it's
Yo, but
too
the
easy.
needle moved right back. Thank God, because still trying to cop. So keep moving back.
What are we talking about? The shoes?
I'm talking about clones.
Yeah, I'm trying to get another clone too. Actually, Shauna just moved over. She got some USDC moved into Coinbase ready to get some ETH when she finds a clone. There was this angel she really wanted, so yeah, we're trying to get a few more clones.
Yeah,
while
bro, dude.
we...
I literally was I don't know. I always look at the. I don't even want. There were some golds I was looking at that were like very approachable for me, and then I don't buy them because I'm like, oh, there's like a really sick Murakami, like 2-drip Panda VVS right there next to it. I'm like, I don't know which one to get. Let me go take a poop, and then fucking LeBron wears the shoes. Everything gets swept up. I'm out of range, and then I'm like, all right, I'm still good. You know what I mean? I'm just salty because I sold one of my clones, and I wanna refill that hole, but I also wanna like trade up on it at the same time. You know what I mean?
The only lesson I learned there was don't take a poop when you're looking at buying a clone. It's gonna get sniped. Shauna had this angel and she was watching and she's like, "Oh, I'll get it tomorrow after work." I had a feeling it got sniped that night. Like,
wait, that wasn't her?
no, bro. I told
No
her.
way.
Baron, was
Dude,
I not like?
some fucking snitch.
Was it that divine angel?
It was the divine angel with the devil horns, bro.
I know, bro. I was looking at that one too myself. That one was oh my god, dude. That one is so good. I was like,
God,
divine
dude,
angel
I'm
with the
so
devil. There's only
bummed that
23 of those devil
I would
horns,
have
bro.
bought it for her. God darn it. I saw
Here,
it sell that night.
she has
I
something to
saw it.
say. Come here, Shaw.
What?
I fucked
I'm
up.
so
I'm sorry.
Shaw, I'm sorry for you. I know you wanted that. Another one will come up. But I saw it sell that night, and for now, I guess whatever 1 or 2 weeks, I've been thinking that was yours.
So I told her like, you should have seen me, dude. I started to feel a little weird because I was like, she had to go to bed. She works nights, and it was like 3 in the afternoon. I'm like, Shaw, we need to get the money together right now. We could weed some stuff. We need to get the ETH right now. We have to get it before you go to bed. I had this gut feeling it was too good to be true. Somebody was gonna snipe it. And she goes, no, it's been on the market for about a week. Like nobody's gonna get it. Yeah, that night somebody sniped it. They must have heard us talking about it in Bad Take. If any of you MFers front run me in here,
Yo,
bro,
let's check this wallet out.
Let's get her name. So
because that thing was listed. It's been sitting there for like a week, dude.
And it went that night, bro. The night I pulled it.
When you guys want to shop, pay attention to pullbacks. Right now, you've got a bit of compression in the premium fucking clones again. If you notice, there's a couple of them coming back again. It doesn't take much to shake weak hands. When you're on the upswing, you can't buy any. But right now, that what compression he's got, you'll see the.
Talking about that clone that you were even bro. That was and it had the schoolgirl uniform. That one.
Yes.
Right?
No, it had a murder.
So I'm not bullshitting. I know what I'm talking about.
I know you do.
Because
it would have matched your. Man. It would have matched your. Don't you have a demon with that outfit?
I do. I have my Murakami demon has that.
Yeah. See, I know people's.
And I sold like a bread buns girl that had like face tattoos with closed eyes. I didn't really like it. It was my least favorite, and I was like, I bought Nyan cats with it.
Murder, are you rug, bro? Could you hear Kaz talking?
No, I can't hear Kaz. I can hear Baron.
Oh yeah, you must be rug, bro.
Okay. All good. Can you hear me now?
I can hear Kaz. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I was just saying I was watching the walls right now. This is a bit of alpha throw in there. Right now, in that low pullback you have coming out of the threes, you're seeing compression to your premium clones happen again. So you're seeing some people fling some rare ones back towards the floor. So when you shop in the pullback. But when it pumped, everyone pulled them off. But I'm seeing some like crazy rare ones fly back down there. So there is some weak hands still in there. That's the main reason that they push it up and pull it back is that you shake those guys out who think they got away from the bottom. They think it's coming again. They didn't throw it out last time. They'll throw it out this time. So if you pay attention, a little bit right now, I'm seeing some pretty good ones show back up. Somebody got me on that fucking blue octopus head fucking dark skin angel. That was going to be definitely my replacement permanent PFP. And I like an idiot waited for that guy to come through the eighth and somebody snatched that motherfucker.
You had a few days to snipe him, dude. We were looking.
I just wanted one more fucking drop. The market was weak. I should have said shit. I told y'all shit and clean motherfuckers pay attention to shit. So I fucked myself. But at the end of the day, I'm happy the Clone Tour is fucking moving. I don't give that much of a shit, but I really want that guy.
Yeah. I actually have my gem or my OpenSea Pros filtered right now by Murakami drips and angels.
Only.
Because
Yep.
they're starting to come down. You're right, bro. People are starting to listen to the floor.
How good would that blue octo angel head with the rainbow grill look on top of this fucking body I got right here, dude? Oh my
Bro,
god!
has
If
every
y'all niggas, if that guy's hearing me, like holler at me. I really want
Oh,
that.
we had a snipe. We had a snipe tonight, bro. Somebody sniped that. Let me check it. Let me check. Oh gosh, I gotta refresh. Come on. Somebody sniped. There was a red laser eye on the floor for about
the
3 each.
female,
Somebody.
the
For
female.
minutes. Yeah, you got to watch right now. But there's some crazy stuff coming down
God,
again. Like
no,
just now,
she's
this
right
tonight. I
here.
watched it.
She's right
Oh,
here.
Laser eyes are floors, bro. All laser eyes are floors. So
Yugi hairs are floor.
I think the
It's all
brown
about the
angel faces
DBZ.
are awesome. The lines through the angel lines through the brown face looks fucking ridiculous, dude. I got to get one of those.
yeah, dude, the divine angels. Yep,
I don't know
100%.
the terminology, nigga, but you know what I mean.
No, yeah, dude, exactly. Even the regular angels, on the brown skin tone, it looks fucking good, dude. The contrast is so good.
Kaz,
But that guy
what
was
kind of
it. The rainbow grill, the octopus head. I think nothing else. Boy, I didn't even want the jagged teeth one, but the rainbow VVS grill. That's fucking flames, bro.
It's gonna haunt you forever, bro. Like you're gonna be hunting that guy down forever.
How about I just start fighting fucking CloneX until that motherfucker throws it back on the wall? I could do that.
No, we've had enough of that, bro. We're pumping clones after you get an octo hat. As soon as you grab one, we're fucking moving.
I'm heading over to Chat GPT to get my thread writing skills up to fucking rat DNA status, motherfucker.
Let's all just start putting out misinformation in thread form. We'll all be good. We can
You see
grow
that
so
stuff?
big.
You see that stuff I posted you from 14, right? Like, so you see like rat. About to call him rat. Whale. Same difference. He's literally just a carbon copy of like fucking many versions of him before. Like, and the thing that's different in your era, you guys have these super long-winded tweets you can write now, and people are actually writing this bullshit through like things like Chat GPT. So it's like super professional levels of bullshit in your. This is the maturity of crypto. It's like you've got like high grade bullshit now. We were very unstructured bullshit.
I noticed that they've been using Chat GPT. Yeah.
Like really well written garbage. Like, oh my god.
Yo, Kaz, go look at clone 10467. It's a divine angel, bro. Murakami drip eyes. It has the back mechanical
Why did
back
you
on it.
tell it to fucking 4,000 people at the same time and see if it stays there long enough for me to get on the computer? What the fuck? DM
Yo,
me, nigga.
Kaz,
Jesus
God just
Christ.
bought it, she said. No, I'm
But
just
it's
kidding.
probably 8.
did you see
No,
them bluebeards though, Kaz?
the
I don't want a
blue
blue beard, you fucking weirdo. But yes. Jesus.
dude, it's an angel. It's not for sale, guys. I'm just kidding. Not that dope. Floor clone for sure. I'm just playing. Now I'm looking at clone.
Yo, look at his
Yo,
clone.
you see Blur following me just now?
Yeah, dude, they see in your threads about them. They're like, this guy's writing fire threads about us. We better follow
Bro,
his.
they didn't follow the real Narcs account. That's the one I blasted them with. They followed my account that came back, but I haven't said a word about them on that thing. That's weird. Like that means somebody's really looking because they probably know exactly what that account used to do.
Wait, Blur followed the real Nomics or this one?
No, they followed Catanomics, which didn't say a word about them. I tore their ass with the other account. They followed this account.
Did they ever?
Didn't follow the other account. They
Did they
never
ever
followed the other
mention
account.
who the new collection is that they're lending against?
It's supposed to have been today they announced it. Did anybody see that? Because
Yeah, it's the
I'm thinking
gods,
it's
I
supposed to be
think. Yeah.
CloneX be next.
The
Gods,
God.
yeah. That makes like no sense.
Boo boo.
Why?
Just liquidity wise, you're gonna get more liquidity on CloneX than DGod.
They have a partnership with Frank. I think I saw them talking like doing some shit, but
Dude, that guy's gonna roll out a coin. You know he is. Just so par for the course. It just really is. Like it just.
oh yeah, they have
The
one.
meta lines up. It's like he's done everything else that you're supposed to do for a project that I mean, I respect what he's done, but to me, it's just like I don't know. He knows he plays the game, and
Say it. It's
he's
vaporware.
playing the game. We'll see. What?
I didn't say it. Somebody said vaporware. I didn't say it.
Oh, I don't even know what that is. But yeah, dude, I just feel that like it's coming for them.
They had some reward token called Dust, but
Oh, they already have a token?
I don't know what it trades at. It was on Sol, and then they had to make a Polygon and ETH version of Dust because they have a staking mechanism that rewards you with Dust, and then you use the Dust to do things like mint or buy things
But
within
he's
the
already like
ecosystem.
explored one before. It just
Yeah,
like that. He as a founder just strikes me as somebody that would like want to go that route and like not care that he's pushing the envelope.
just deal with the repercussions later. Like, who's the SEC? Fuck them. We'll just roll.
Yeah.
Yuga's in a law. I mean, isn't there a lawsuit with ApeCoin right now? I think the last thing that Nike would ever want to do is have to deal with an SEC lawsuit because they gave out a token in Web3.
Yeah, I mean it's not necessary at this point. I mean, I always would love to see some sort of reward system in this project, but that can be used to. But I think that's probably a token in and of itself, but not maybe one that they can get blessed. They'll do it. These guys, this thing is fully under control.
After regulate, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Like they got it under control. I mean, they know what they're doing. They've got a team of attorneys that is unprecedented. It's it's a longer, probably harder route, but it's the better route by all means.
I think a token would launch this thing to the moon, but they have to do it right. You know what I mean? Like, that's a big. You gotta listen, bro. You gotta figure ApeCoin selling at $4. You earn what, 6 ApeCoin or something per mutant per day?
What if they go?
Rumor has it there's a coin coming.
What if they go full Web 2.5, and if you hold a clone, you actually get stock dividends? You can KYC, hook up your account, and you're actually getting dividends back.
Just call Gary Gensler because that's what's gonna happen if you do that.
Oh my god, we're going backwards, boys, from Web 3 to Web 2.5. No, it's like before Web 1.
I would take it. I would take it, dude.
Fuck yeah, dude. I would too.
Yeah, if you need those coins to buy Nike shoes, then the only way to earn them is to own and stake a clone. Yeah, that could be a thing, bro. I would.
The only thing.
No
pour all my money. I would rug my annuity and dump it all into clones.
I'll pay USDC.
I bring it 10x.
I'll pay USDC, but I'm not paying any utility token, or ETH anymore. I just want to pay.
Well, then you ain't gonna look sick in them Jordans, fool. You gonna be wearing them fucking Vans shoes the rest of your life.
The problem with them giving out a token or any kind of reward token is any degen and people will go start up a liquidity pool on it, and then it's going to get speculated on with or without the team wanting that to happen or not. Like that's
always true.
I'm getting tired of you guys.
You can never control which speculator you want. I think people always think like, the market's going to do X. Market just does what it does, and it's going to realize its value anyway. You can never pretend you could release something that was insulated from the public market. That's what price discovery is about. So you should never worry about that.
Yeah, I think that what at least what I was assuming Murder was getting at was like a point system to buy physical Nike projects or products, and with or without them wanting people to speculate it on, if it's on the blockchain and it is a token, it's going to get fucked. The market's going to fucking speculate for sure. They're going to create liquidity pools. It's going to get traded 100%.
You think only if only if it can be used in Nike land?
If it's redeemable for physical?
If it was physicals, bro. If it was digital and I needed to stake my clone enough, and then every, all these virtual, like every drop comes out, and then there's a virtual drop for drip coin, and then I have to be able to choose, like, which one am I gonna buy? Which virtual Nike shoe am I gonna buy with my drip coin? If they came out with a token that you needed to use in their virtual platform, I think that would be the move, especially if it benefited me by making you have to own a clone, which I do. I would like that. Yes, I would like to benefit me.
Same.
Dude, sorry. I was on mute. I'm hitting chips, working on my short game, and murdering. I fucking love you, dude. Yo, but you think they would create a liquidity pool under the scenario that he just talked about?
I don't look. When ApeCoin dropped, I don't think the team created the liquidity pool. I think it was people like speculators.
Yeah, but that's ApeCoin's different. Like in this example, I would think that it would be like
It wasn't the team that
Nazi
created the
spot,
pool. It can't be legal.
like a Nike sponsored like token. Like that is only. It's all it is. Think of it as like the way I've always thought of it is like in the past you got a coupon, right? I know it's a bad thing to say, but like it's it's just like coupon dollars, but it can only be used in their ecosystem.
I know what I'm saying is if it's on the blockchain, it's at ERC20 or even Polygon, anything on Polygon. It could be if we made a Baron token right now and we handed out everybody Baron token and we said, hey guys, don't make a liquidity pool on this because you're not allowed to. You can't stop it. You could go to
Warn it.
Pool. It doesn't even matter. You can't
Yeah.
stop it.
So that would still be considered a token and have the same issues as any other token that we see out there.
But it's a token. It's not a coin. It's a token. So you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. And if somebody else made a liquidity pool, it's probably legal. Not a lawyer. Not financial advice. Don't do any research. You know, the whole shebang. But if that would happen, that would be beneficial for clones. And it would be good for the brand because then people would throw more money into clones because then they would want to generate the coins so then they could sell the coins. So then people, because right now there is an issue when it comes to Nike shoe drops, and that's people bought them and not retailers backdoor them.
I like
so
how
people can't even get their hands on it.
The coin is good for my bags because I own clones and narrative. I'm not a lawyer though, but if it sounds good to me.
Exactly.
What's up, Click?
Not much. I heard you guys talking about liquidity pools. I know a little bit about that. I've been pretty into DeFi for a long time. Recently started paying more attention to it because DeFi was boring for quite a while. It was a pretty big boom during the bull run. But yeah, the Compound's right. Like, I don't know what the context, but leading up to this part of the conversation was, but like, if it's if it's an ERC20 token, doesn't matter what ETH, Polygon, Optimism, Arbitrum, all those chains, anybody can go to like Uniswap and just make a pool. And if you're the first one to make a pool, you get to set the initial liquidity. So you set the price by pairing it with ETH, whatever token, but you get to decide like the ratios at which it's set at. So yeah, like any of the bozos in here could make an artifact token, coin, whatever we want to call it. I don't even know if there's I don't know if even think there's a distinction between coin and token. It's just terminology. But yeah, that stuff's all fair game. You don't need anyone's permission to do it. And the only way you can prevent people from doing liquidity pools and stuff with tokens is if you make them like soulbound or something, which would be kind of strange for an ERC20. But you know, it's so you can. That stuff's fun.
The only way to stop anybody from doing that, it would need to be a centralized point system that isn't on the blockchain, and then it defeats kind of the purpose that we're all here for.
Why can't? Well, does it though?
No, I mean
it'd be more like a POAP or something at that point.
No, you could use those credits to Click. I really appreciate what you just said. Like that was informative to me. I actually really liked how you even dumbed it down to look token, coin. It's like there's really not a difference.
No, there is a difference.
All right, well, hold on. Let me make my point real quick. So if there's a centralized point system, right, would, until they get guidance, if they get that blessed and say you can't get a token yet, like, is that in my eyes, I don't think that that's necessarily going backwards. I think that's moving forward and helping, reward people. We're dealing with a Web 2 company. So, like, you guys can want to get all decentralized as you want, but at some point, like, we can only go as far as, Web 2 is, I guess. So, yeah, I'm sure that there's a lot of people out there like laughing, like, yeah, this guy doesn't get it. I would say I'm kind of leaning into the fact that for us to get to where we want to get to, there's going to be probably some Web 2.5 ish feelings, or like steps to this process, unless you all want to wait 10 years, or 5 years. I just think there's ways to get there to wet the whistle of, and to help the project, because I do think some sort of reward system would be beneficial, even if it's a centralized reward system.
Dude,
That's my opinion. I'd love to hear what everybody else has to say.
Real quick, like what you're talking about, like a centralized point system, like that's that could certainly work. It doesn't need to be on chain. Like Nike or any of these other companies could very easily, it's kind of like what Frank is doing with. I'm not sure what the points. I'm not sure what Frank is using the points for with his D gods and Utes and stuff, but like all that stuff, there's not necessarily a need for it to be on chain, because you can, it's easier to do things off chain. It's cheaper, and if you're just trying to use it as a means to like reward people, then I don't see a problem with that being like a centralized thing. It's going to be way easier. The downside is that we would not be able to really interact with those points. I'm guessing it would be like a very walled ecosystem type of thing, but like but even then it's just how you want to go about doing things and what like the ultimate plan is. But yeah, I don't see it as conflicting with like Web3 or NFTs or against anything. So yeah.
I'm for it too, Baron. Don't think that we're against it. I think it's a good way to reward holders, and then they could use the points to purchase physicals in the future, or purchase something in the future within the ecosystem. And then when things get cleared up with the SEC and actual guidelines are placed, you can redeem your points for an actual token when that does come down the road, if it ever does. But yeah, I think it's a good idea, bro. I would prefer to buy my Air Force Ones with some artifact points rather than my fucking cash, anyways, or my ETH. So, what's up, Press?
Just wanted to say I kind of agree with Baron and the last speaker. I think this is going to be the more realistic option in the near term. Is going to be more of a centralized token. 10KTF is a good example. They have like season. You collect rewards throughout the season that they calculate in their own centralized currency. So if it's something similar, it'll be not so much a token in your wallet, but like a reward point balance that you see when you log into artifact.com type of deal that, like you guys are saying, you're going to reward for points. Yeah, like NTD also, or NTD, which is that currency at 10KTF. They also have like a mechanism where at the end of the season, or it's intervals in the season, you do kind of claim ape coins in actual currency from like your reward point balance. So maybe they do that to kind of like skirt the rules, so to speak. Maybe that's like the right way to do it. So it's kind of a mixture of both, right? You kind of calculate, tally, and keep track of the rewards with NTD with one currency, and then you kind of pay out in another. I guess, like Baron said, you might have to be kind of prepared to make a compromise in this domain.
Dude, honestly, yeah. So when somebody just mentioned also D gods, they have dust as like a staking reward, and it's used to within the ecosystem to kind of, I guess, future mints and shit like that as well. There's a method to do it. I don't see why it can't be done. I think it's just maybe down the line. Obviously, there's other shit that's already backdated. I'd also like crypto dunks eventually and shit like that. So,
But is it necessary, and does it like put Nike in a place where they have to deal with like possibly crossing that line on the Howey test? Not that they haven't crossed it already with this thing looking like a security, But just adding that fucking, element, does it, complicate things for Nike, which is the biggest target the SEC could go for if they wanted to get somebody.
They've got the most red tape, bro. So anything like that would for sure have a trouble getting through legal, honestly. And yeah, they're not gonna do anything. I don't think they're gonna even fuck with it until there's clarity from the SEC, bro. There's
Yeah,
got
no, for sure they're not, which is fine. Like, if long term, I think that it'll make sense for the people if it makes sense. Like, I think that these companies will realize that we're going back, just like we're going back to the 90s with our clothing. Like we were just talking about that. Like we're going back to the 90s with coupons, man. It's a way to keep your people engaged. It's a way you have repeat customers, lock them in. You know what I mean? And so to me, like what we're talking about just makes a ton of sense to me. But I would never sit up here and say, well, why isn't the team doing it if it's, pushing us where we would get wrapped up in some sort of suit later down the line that halts up progress in the middle of, a lot of momentum. So, yeah.
I think
That's
Nike
all
makes
I have
sense
for now.
to I think the idea of loyalty points is something that doesn't get openly traded in the open market, but gives you some value for having a clone for a period of time, and as a currency within Nike, it makes the most sense to keep Nike out of the line of fire of things like that. I think if they had the ability to control the whole thing into their own network, they probably would go that route.
wait.
Yeah,
So
I don't see like a huge there's no what's the value prop for like Nike to get involved in like a DeFi essentially. Like that's because that's what it would end up being if you had these points and they were like usable on the open market somehow, or like you had
Not in the open market, just within Nike's own
right
Nike's
right
own
that,
ecosystem.
that's what I'm saying though. Like why there's no advantage to Nike making these things uh you know
and it's
able
on
to be
chain.
traded. Yeah, like it's kind of
It's
like
exposed them to some other risk.
like message boards and shit back in the day when they would you'd post on the board and you would accumulate points, and then you could make your username a different color or some shit. I don't know if I'm sure someone in here knows what I'm talking about, but
Yeah, you can
that's
attach the points to your clone, and you can trade the clone with the points. That becomes something completely else, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you
yeah.
guys are saying the same thing. I mean,
Yeah, no, I agree.
it's all. I mean, to me, it's. It just makes sense.
Let's go to
Just keep it
murderers, bro.
Just keep it tied fully inside the CloneX Nike ecosystem. Not hit exchanges, but the clone accrues like loyalty points that you can then sell, making the clone more valuable to somebody who picks it up and can spend those points back inside Swoosh and inside Nike. Something like that's
Yeah.
probably a pretty good idea.
If Starbucks can have loyalty points and so can all the airlines, like what the fuck, we can too.
Yeah.
What's up, Murder?
Yeah. As far as a coin versus a token, a coin is its own blockchain, and a token is basically like an ERC, where the token itself is like used for a specific utility or for specific DApp, like Binance. Obviously, that's evolved over time, but like BNB is a token. It's got like one utility outside of trading, and that's basically to, you know, to reduce costs of using their platform. So like those are examples of tokens and what they do, what their purpose is. Whereas like a coin is like Dogecoin, it's got its own blockchain, it's mineable. Like Dogecoin, Bitcoin, ETH. Those are obviously the top three in existence. Period. So like Pepe is not a coin, Pepe is a token, and Doge is a coin.
Right, and even an NFT releases a one-to-one piece of art, that's a token.
I mean, it's just like semantics. Like it's used interchangeably. I don't really see the distinction. We all know what we're talking about.
A complete blockchain versus a single use case token is really two totally different things. You really can't say that.
No, what I'm saying is when people say token versus coin, I don't know anyone who's like, you're just arguing semantics. Like there's not like,
Now we're arguing people that know crypto versus people who don't know crypto.
For like legal,
Crypto
legal
people don't say
reasons
that.
too. And there's a point, yeah, because I was part of, I was in conversations about the launch of an NFT auction token, and it was very clear from the founders. This was like Crypto Espresso about a year ago. He was doing auctions where you could buy this token and then redeem it at their auction to buy NFTs for a discounted value. So, like,
Cool.
if you're a founder and you say things like, if you're Ted Livingston and you get the founder of Kick Messenger and you get up on stage for your ICO to talk people into buying your coin, and you say, "Hey, we have a token coming out, and you're gonna get value from it later down the line." You just made it into a security by basically saying gain value, and then you're under SEC headlines. So yeah, it is. Certain things are important when you're talking about stuff, when you're listening to founders talk about their show.
Let's make sure Artifact hears us say that we want this centralized point system, because y'all got me excited. That shit would be fire. And wait, so there's with the hibernation in the pods, there's hibernation coming and incubation. We've already kind of speculated that there's got to be some kind of tracking method for how long your animus and how long your clones have been hibernated and incubated. Like that's got to be kept track of with some kind of point system. So maybe something's in the works.
Yeah,
Anya,
and I
blink
think they
once.
should offer other options like Lobernation for people who are just not as dedicated to it.
Yeah, if you're lobernating, that's fine too. You can lobernate. We love all burnations. Oh, dude. I said Anya blink once if it's true, and she left the space. It must be true. Damn. We got it coming, guys. That's points.
I think she went. I think she heard Lobernation. She was like, "I need to leave this and start." I think they're having a team meeting right now about Lobernation.
They're over there talking about the point system and how if Starbucks can do it, we can have points too. Shit. What's up, Kuro? Yo, dude, okay, let's fuck. Even the beans and Azuki, they have like a badge system. And they like you should hear these Azukis talk about their badges, bro. Where's Ilan at? And whoever we're such fucking simple people in this space. They got badges and they love that shit, dude.
Are these? Is this what? Is this just like a generic species of badgers, or is this like all kinds of badgers?
Dude,
No.
they love
Badges.
badgers.
Does
Like,
it or does it not include skunks?
Yes.
what?
I'm down. I think that we should get badgers.
Kigu aren't skunks, they're animals.
Skunks are badgers, dude.
There's red pandas. Those aren't. What?
Anyway.
Skunks are basically bad. They're just smaller and they smell bad, but they're
It's
bad.
it's a red panda. It's not a badger, bro.
Also, aren't skunks? Badgers are different.
Yo, you guys are.
Is there just one type of bat? There's got to be more than one type of bat.
Yeah, there's like a honey badger.
Honey badger don't give
that
a shit.
Motherfucker? He don't give a shit. That honey badger doesn't give a shit. Have you guys seen that video?
Yeah, that's fucking.
He didn't give a fuck. He's so nasty. If you have not seen the honey badger YouTube video right now, you pull it up on your computer, sit back and relax.
Yeah. So
the audio is good. The audio is good.
You guys have completely derailed the conversation into honey badgers. That's my sign to rug his face.
Honey badger don't give a shit.
Honey badger don't give a shit. The Azukis have honey badgers, and that's why their floors are up. You get honey badgers, your floor's up.
The Azuki don't give a shit.
Yo, bro. Has anybody checked Blur and seen if anybody's getting wrecked on these loans trying to buy an Azukis for fucking $0 down?
Yeah, people are getting wrecked for doing that, but people are getting really good deals. Like, I'm looking on BenDAO right now. There's some really cool ones, but there's no way these people default on them. Like, I've like taken it all the way to like wallet watching, and now I'm just going to DM people, and there's even this one clone. I don't even know how the heck this guy put it into BendOut. It's like crazy. There's like some things like you just don't leverage.
How can I get a clone for like half an ETH?
You can't.
You can't. You
You can't get anything for half an ETH anymore. Anything good is not half an ETH anymore.
that's inflation in front of your fucking eyes right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really actually kind of true. Never
Bro,
even.
at one point, beans were half an ETH.
Credit is inflation. If you add an altcoin buyer to a fucking altcoin buyer to a housing market that shouldn't have been there, he adds buying power that he shouldn't have. That's what a bubble is made from. Blur's credit is literally that for fucking NFTs. There's a bunch of people that couldn't buy 15 fucking ETH Azuki that now can, combined with everyone who can.
There's no repercussions if I don't make my payments, Kaz. Like if I fucking buy an Azuki at 0 down, 15 ETH, if I just can't make the payment, the guy gets stuck with the Azuki, the lender. And
Yeah, it's insane that Blur actually has LTVs up to like 95%. There should be nowhere near that. It definitely
I
puts
don't
lenders up at that
understand.
level.
What do you? Is that real?
yeah,
That's
bro.
insane. But if you
Dude.
looked at it,
Yo, Eddie did
we
it.
looked at a bunch of those loans at 95 were being made by the market maker to himself to farm those
Yeah, I
lending
was going to
points.
say I'll do that.
That's what's happening. No one, you'd be a lunatic to fucking. I would never lend you anything at 95% of market that liquid.
Right,
But if you do it for the points,
you'll make the loan though.
Right, he's getting the bidding points. He's defaulting to himself and getting the bidding points. That's actually what all those 95s are. All the market maker loaning to himself to farm the lending points because they equal the bidding points now.
Crazy, right? So that's why
It's ridiculous. It's like
this space is like, so good.
Is allowing that. Like I think the other guy that allows anything is like up to 60 paraspace. But yeah, the whole 90 and up market is completely market maker to his own wallets, defaulting back to himself because he's getting the same points for the lending he was getting for being the liquidity before. So they canceled the bidding and offer points. They changed it to lending points, and it's exactly the same amount. So they're just doing the same thing with that.
Brilliant.
I'm actually
and that's going to have the same market impact or worse as
it's creating a sell wall. It's creating a sell wall, but the thing is, like, if they get rid of that compensation, it'll not be a viable market for someone to lend at 95 LTV in something that's a liquid of NFTs. That will kill a lender. So the market will find its new equilibrium once they get rid of the compensation that's allowing you to be at such ridiculously, over the top LTVs in such a liquid space. But yeah, for now, it's just a competition between OpenSea and Blur trying to figure out how to incentivize someone to stay and pull the liquidity over to their exchanges.
But the impact of the current lending standards, you would argue, has a very similar impact to what we were seeing before. Is that it? Is that correct?
It's letting him farm the offer wall off by basically collateralizing
I get
highest
that,
prices, and then he's capping price right now and still getting to farm out more clones while he does it. Yeah.
So it's bringing down the market, all floors.
Well, anything that you're doing with any of the guys at the lending facility, right? He's getting to farm more Azukis. He's getting to farm more D guys if he really wants that shit. But everything that has it will allow him to keep farming stuff, Miladies, all that.
I'm glad, bro. I'm glad that clones don't have this shit right now because there's a Murakami clone, a drip clone near the floor that my dumbass would go take a fucking. I'll put an ETH down on it right now. 2 ETH down, probably.
You want to?
Not an option. What's up?
I'll make the loan on that. Fucking genius play, then I'll get them all back.
No, dude, I think the people that are going to get bit here are the ones lending ETH. They don't actually want these fucking NFTs, and they're lending ETH at these crazy rates. And if people default, then they're stuck with the NFT they didn't want in the first place. And guess what they got to do? They got to fucking dump that shit and take an L, or maybe break even. But
your smarter lenders aren't going to lend anywhere near like 90s. Something like NFT. It's not like a fucking house. I mean, the thing is a liquid. You shouldn't really see people in this market like north of like 70, 75. That's like a big safe place to be. This allowing you to go to 95 with 1,000 APY is fucking probably gonna invite like the eyes of like payday lending regulators at some point. It's predatory as fuck.
Yeah, dude, it really is. So they must want to own the projects that they're doing this on. I mean, that's what they're going to end up doing.
I think honestly, like Blur is deliberately crossing the lines of things that are safe and knowing that regulations take a minute to react, get to capture a fucking ton of the market first, and then have regulators show up and say no more of that after they've gotten the advantage of pulling the market into their coffers using it. I think it's deliberate strategy.
It's like genie's out of the bottle, but you can't. We're not going to be able to do anything about what happened, but you can't continue to.
Right, use this to get as many people over here as fast as possible for regulators to stop that shit, but they got to use it while it was fucking the loophole was there, is what I think they're doing.
Like pricing product low to gain market share.
Right, fully knowing you're going to catch a fine, but the fine will be worth it for how much market I steal doing it. So fuck it.
Isn't that what happened with like lysine and the all the feed? That was what the informant was about. They were price fixing to gain market share. Then they got caught, but who was it? Like Archer Midlands Daniels. They're still the biggest feed company out there, so they did all right on it.
It's just a tactical move, and this, these guys come from Peter Thiel. They would know how to play this exact game. They say the fine just isn't going to match up what I'm going to take from you if I go ahead and just do this now. It looks insane. Like, they're not stupid, but it does have a purpose right now. It's the first versions of this in the marketplace to make sure the entire liquidity is over on their exchange.
What is the actual site for the lending? Where is the blend website at? I'm having trouble finding it.
If you go into like lending on a project. Sorry, it's just if you go to Milady and go into Milady, the ones that have the lending, you go into like the lending side of it, and then you can click through. There's a little like hyperlink at the bottom of like the array of loans at the bottom right. You can click that.
Okay, I see it. Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Click's, no, you're good. Did you explain it better than anybody than I was gonna? Yo, Click's about to go full freaking leverage buy a NFT here. Wait till the clones are on there, Click, so then you can join us. We'll find you one with a yellow beanie on, or we'll make it.
Yeah, I need you guys all to watch the comments on your space.
Wait, what happened? Did you leave some comments for us?
Me?
Luigi. Wait, what happened?
I'm not sure. I'm looking at the replies to the space.
Well, dude, I appreciate you. He put a bunch of Pepe's on there. Shout out Luigi for giving the engagement to the space. The more comments, the better, my brother. Appreciate you. It's just a bunch of Pepe memes with the Pepe hashtag. It's not a bad thing, bro. Give me as many comments as you want.
Dude, Pepe us up, dude.
Hell yeah, bro. Hit us with the Pepe. He came up to tell me to check the comments. That's dope.
Luigi, I love you, dog. You're a wild man.
That's a first, bro. I've never had anybody do that in my life. And I go and I'm like, great, what did he put? And it's Pepe.
I know, you were scared. You go, wait, what? What?
Yeah. Someone comes up and says, check the comments of your space, and then leaves.
He's still here, bro.
No, he went down. He shows him down there.
Okay. He shows a speaker for me.
Shout out Luigi. Yeah, dude. So, Kaz, guys, especially Kaz, do we think people are lending to themselves? Did you say that earlier? Like
no, your MM is doing it, not the average person. No. We looked at the wallets of like the top 5 that were up there at 95 and had 1,000 APYs on it, and they were all coming from the wallet. Like they were all interconnected. It was the same person, so it looked like your guy with liquidity is just turning points. The average person, I don't think is doing that. But us saying it on the space is probably going to get a couple people to try it. But
yeah, because essentially, if you lend to yourself in a really favorable rate that gets you the most points, then you just hold the ETH and hold the NFT. Your only downfall is if the floor drops, I guess. You're stuck with the NFT.
Well, you probably get to write off that loss against the interest.
Right. You can tax loss part of it. He's the fucking bookmaker who's been training the whole thing. He takes a loss at the highest price. It's a loss back to himself plus the lending. But this is a giant tax scheme. Actually, when you think about it,
it's like depreciation on real estate. It's like an automatic write-off. It's a math equation.
Did you know that we articulated all the pieces of that? It got so much worse. So, yeah.
Oh,
dude, this is so funny hearing like Kaz talk about it and Baron just seeing how fucking amazing it is. Like, this is great to hear, bro.
Yeah, I want to wash up there, bro. I want to wash myself, bro.
We should do
clean. This is washing his balls on the exchange. It's washing his testicles, bro. He's washing everything.
No way, dude.
It's fucking
He can take a
genius.
loss on the loan. He can take some interest if he buys the pain of it. He can lose back to himself. He can lose a loan to himself, all from the same wallet. It's ridiculous, actually.
From a completely undocked wallet. That's amazing, bro. And then he's getting a bunch of blur points at the end of it, and he can dump
Yeah,
those fucking things.
it's definitely a tax scheme and a half going on in there.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, I went to 0.
This space is amazing, bro. It's just so fucking funny. Um, does anybody have like kind of like a explain like I'm five type breakdown of what Jared from Subway's doing and how he's making so much ETH with the Mev bots? Is anybody familiar with the Mev bots?
So imagine he's just fucking sending fucking more gas than you to take your transaction away from you. He's front running you.
Yeah, he's getting his buy-in before you, so he's buying lower and then getting a sell-in right afterwards. So he's selling at a higher price, so paying extra gas to do so, but doing it on a scale where he's making a few $100,000 a day or something crazy, right? 101.6 mil a day or some shit, actually.
Is
Yeah,
this botted or manual?
No, all bought. He
It's
has like a
botted. There's no way anyone could do that manually. It'd be
yeah.
insane.
He has a super sophisticated bot, and I saw a thread. I need to read through it again though. He's paying like fuck ton of gas to do it, but he's in profit like $1 million a day.
Yeah, he probably makes like very little on each thing, but he does so many things that it's very profitable.
I saw one thing where he made like 133 ETH.
No, that was a different guy. That was a guy who paid
Different guy.
64 in gas to front run a pre-sale on a token. Front ran the pre-sale on a token because he knew it would be hot. He was able to buy a few, like couple billion of that token, and he turned around and dumped it right into the rest of the people that were buying the pre-sale and pocketed 133 ETH after paying 64 ETH in gas. Like it was a single. I think it was like a single transaction too. Pretty crazy, the type of shit.
How was that necessary? Was the 64 ETH price necessary? I mean, how
He
could he
was
have
the
done it a
first
ton?
buy. No, he was the first buy of this pre-sale, so I mean, it must have been necessary. He must have known he was battling other people that do this kind of shit, but he got a fuck ton of those tokens as the first purchase of the pre-sale and was able to just turn around and sell them for 130 ETH profit, 133. I
I
don't know,
saw
dude. It don't
that.
matter if you're profiting in 33 ETH. I guess 64 ETH was worth it.
Some of that was like I don't think that if I'm thinking about the same thing, I had a screenshot of the Ether scan, and there was like a huge transaction fee, but it wasn't it wasn't like a straight up. You didn't literally pay like 64 ETH in gas to the miner. It was I can't remember what it was. I should go find it and look at it again. But it was kind of strange. I wasn't quite sure what was going on because the gas fee was like just like normal high gas or whatever. But
He probably upped his priority fee to just have a normal gas.
maybe that's what it was.
But if you put a big ass priority fee, you can front run most like anybody. Like when I minted other side, I put fast gas, but then I made my priority fee fucking high as shit. Um, and everybody else did too. Everybody minting did the same shit. It was chaos. But these guys would have whooped us all at minting, apparently.
It's really interesting, like the bots. Like I was talking to one of my buddies who's got some experience with that, and he was telling me how when you create the bot, like it's hard to make a really good bot when you have to start competing with other bots, because then you're not competing against humans at that point, and so you need to like I don't know. There's just a lot of like things to take into account to try and ensure that you're it's easy to beat a human, but it's not as easy to beat other bots that are going to be operating on the same kind of level as yours would, and it kind of becomes like an arms race in a lot of ways. And I don't know, it's not as simple as like just hook up the bot, tell it what to do, and then instant success. Not anymore, anyway.
We're fucked here soon, guys. Like somebody sometime soon, he's gonna have these bots, but also powered by AI. So they're not only just smart bots, but they're actually able to make decisions. Like there's gonna be some AI blockchain shit coming. And I don't want to get into the whole AI talk, but we've already kind of seen what this shit can do. Now feed it all the data from the Ethereum blockchain and see what happens then, and then give it the power to use like a mev bot to front run transaction and give it the info it needs on when and how to do that. Like that just seems like, I don't know, bro. Somebody's gonna do it though.
I mean, they can already like identify like vulnerabilities and stuff in contracts. I'm sure they could probably find inefficiencies and elsewhere in the blockchain to get their edge.
I use a tool called Breadcrumbs to kind of track transactions and the transaction flows throughout wallets to kind of just connect the dots on where ETH is moving, or even NFTs. But I am really looking forward to a tool to come out similar to Breadcrumbs that is AI powered, right? So I can plug in um, like Etherscan data sets, and it could make all the connections and kind of show the flow of the money or the flow of things. Um, it would have been super helpful, Kaz, like those fucking wells, the thread that you wrote about this market maker, being able to kind of plug in all the data from it and into like AI and have it connect all that data together, dude, would be fire when a tool comes out like that.
And once connect what, like the path of all his like movements, and what are you saying you'd want to do with it?
Yeah, exactly. Connecting the path of the ETH and NFTs and the wallets that it's moving from. It's possible. I mean, I do it manually right now, but like I'm looking forward to the different type of AI tools that'll be available um, for the blockchain. And we were talking before you moved down. Eventually, there's going to be people running these bots and these mev bots, but having like AI powered ones that are significantly smarter than just these dumb bots that are already kicking everybody's
Yeah,
asses.
this is like crypto is like really crazy because like in 2014 like things were really slow. If you saw I posted the original Doge chart, like that chart that looks all horrific, it's from a site that was called I think Dogecoin charts. It was just a guy's like laptop. I swear to God, it was the slowest thing on earth. But when you put orders up in the order books of like Coins E and stuff like that, it could take like 30 seconds to see your bid even show up. I've watched like crypto get faster and faster and faster. And ultimately, it's going in the direction of like the stock market. The stock market like started HFTs really entered the place in 2006, and it really started with ping pong bots like you saw in Polo that I first saw like back in like '02. The crypto is just like another iteration of it, but yeah, it'll eventually get to a place that this market does fully mature that one you won't care that how it even works, but it'll be moving at a speed that no one can even see anyway.
And now we're at a point where I feel like the speed of improvement on these things, or like the speed of technology, is going to move significantly faster.
The bigger the money,
I
the
have
bigger
yet
the
to.
arms race. That's what you see. This thing gets back to the size it was. CloneX gets 10x bigger. There's just going to be more money to fight for it, and you're going to bring down, greater efficiencies to do it. So yeah, totally.
Guys, I ran a day space today. I was planning on ending this one at 9. I have some work to do. Um, I think I'm going to run another day space tomorrow, bro. It was kind of fun this morning catching the Euro crowd. But does anybody have any more topics or comments they want to talk about before we bounce?
No, I'm gonna keep running CloneX BD for anybody that wants to come in and see some of the stuff we're starting there. We've got some guys starting business where they're picking up clones to actually create new businesses from just totally other clones than their primaries, which is going to help to create demand to consume more clones out of the market and put them into use cases as businesses for the world to see. So we're trying to create like a demand infrastructure doing that, helping people utilize their clones. and possibly have reason to buy more clones, to put into business that can be write-offs to start generating income from these things. So, Compound, I'd like you to keep showing up in those things too, man. We kind of spread that knowledge out there and, show what Web3 is supposed to be.
Did you run your second one yet? Or that
We
first one
ran
was dope.
I think you missed one. We ran two so far. And yeah, we've got some guys who already picked up a couple clones. We're ready to start off like cam girls and all kinds of cool stuff. So we have a lot of cool ideas on how to create instantly startable businesses right now with your clone. And so it's all free. Anyways, the clone, just you can go to my server and just verify. And when we do the next call, everybody's we got a lot of different knowledge base that'll help you do different aspects of getting things in motion. So
I think you were doing your side of the pod, that was the dopest shit. There was 40 people in there doing the class.
Oh yeah. There were outside of people in there. So a lot of guys that are in there, guys who traded with us and made enough money to buy their clones out of just wins. So their clones are already a free roll, and so now they can actually make income generating assets out of those guys, and then start to grab more clones and make more businesses. Just like rental properties. So really cool stuff if you guys want to check it out.
Yeah, bro, I'm in the next one for sure. Yeah, Kaz does a business development class. If you have a schedule that you plan, dude, let me know, and we can pin it, or I could just let everybody know
It
that
definitely
when you're
it
gonna.
usually be off days of the show because I'm old, so I need a rest. But usually Tuesday and Thursday I try to do it after the stock market closes, so it doesn't get in anybody's way because most of our guys are active traders. So 4 o'clock East Coast time is a good time slot for it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm probably not gonna do it both days, but it'll be one of those 2 days, each week. And then maybe on the weekend if we have something really booming or somebody wants to demo out what they got in starting up, we'll do a Saturday or something like that. But yeah. Just come through. The guys talk all week, and they're posting already stuff they're developing in the channel, and guys are already taking and running with it. So I won't be there every single day, but there's dudes that are really active, working on building out stuff right now, and everyone's open to collab, to help make this work as a community. So we'll teach what we know.
I have too many fucking phones to not get these things doing something, bro, or building some kind of story business or lore around them, or some kind of income
What
around
you
them,
do
man.
right now, I can show you right now what to do. You have 4 really amazing looking clones, and you basically have 4 vacant houses. Yeah, no way. You should totally take those things and capitalize them right now. And you put all 4 as personas out in the marketplace. You just have 4 other versions of things people go, wow, I wish I could do one of those things. So the more we showcase what the clone can do, the better it is for the aggregate demand of our entire 20,000 PFP collection. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Everything that everybody's building with clones brings the value up of everybody else, right? And oh man, dude, I'm gonna get into a whole new topic here, but
do it.
So earlier I was in a space and they're asking me about IP, right? And clones are in no, dude, murder's on stage. We can't talk IP. But anyways, this guy goes too deep into it. But here's the broad thing is my answer was I'm in Artifact, I'm in CloneX. There's a big gray area because there's Murakami traits and there's different branding things that need to be removed. But on the broad thing, I am obviously for IP, but it's important that Artifact and Nike protect the brand, the Artifact brand and the Nike brand for the sake of everybody else, right? Because they don't want people out there building some crazy shit around their clones with the Artifact branding on it, some something that would tarnish the brand. So
yeah, we
it's
checked. You can't use them for OnlyFans.
And the last thing this is what I answered in the space is I'm all for it, but I also really appreciate that things like the Board Ape Yacht Club and Artifact, they still protect the rest of the holders by having some rules in place, right? So I'm all for building the businesses, and I am for using your IP. We have it. Let's find some dope ways to fucking build around these clones for sure.
For sure. That's all I got going on.
All right, guys.
Airplane.
Appreciate you guys. Click. Thank you, my man, for coming up and putting in some work. Murder. We always appreciate you, bro. Thanks for making 2 spaces today, man. And we'll catch everybody else tomorrow. I'm gonna probably throw up a morning, afternoon space just to kick it with the Euros. Those guys are unhinged. They're mad lads. And then I'll see y'all tomorrow at 6. Later.
Bye.
Peace out.